This year, our continuation speeches were supposed to be imaginative, something different than the usual list of thank yous. A speech that would be memorable for content, but also for presentation. A poem, a story, a metaphor, an interpretive dance. Anything but yet another list. None of these options appealed to me. If I did something too out of the ordinary, I wouldn't be able to get across the right message and thank the right people. Thus, I've decided to stick with the status quo. I will do what hundreds of people and students have done before me and thank the people that have helped me out through my journey. This speech may not be imaginative, creative, or new in any way, but at least it'll go against the guidelines, and that counts for something. I'll begin my list by thanking my mom, Dina Allen. She taught me to question unjust rules or guidelines, and to not be concerned with breaking them, especially when you're planning on driving away in a limo afterwards. Next, I'd like to mention my dad, Philip Allen. You've been a great friend and mentor to me for my entire life. Thank you so much for the time you've given me. I would also like to thank a product also shaped by Logan, my brother, Austin Allen. Austin, you've been more of an influence on my life than you could ever imagine. You've been there when I needed a brother, and more importantly, you've always been there when I just needed a friend. That's all of my immediate family, but I'd also like to thank the two extensions of my family that have stuck with me for the past year and a half. My best friends, William and George. William, you've been the most dependable and selfless person I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. Even when I didn't deserve your kindness, you gave it to me. George, people say we're the same person. I disagree. I would never understand myself as well as you understand me. Thank you so much, both of you, for standing by me, no matter how hard the road got. And through my years at Logan, a few other people that I've worked with have really stood out. My little buddies, Aiden, Teddy, and Nate. You three taught me how to be patient and how to be a role model. Mark Suzuki and Zach Fisher, you have both always treated me as a peer, had in-depth discussions with me, and helped me to understand and form my own opinions on issues in the world. Justine Zolo, you gave me the gift of incredible awareness. You opened my eyes to the world's flaws and how I could work to remedy them. And finally, Eric Benson. You mentored me through years of math and science, helped me on extra projects, and most of all, you believed in me. I leave this school now with a heightened intellect and a greater awareness of the world I live in. I leave with the abilities and mindset that I need to change the world and to be a better place. And I leave behind a hope that this school will continue to give students these amazing gifts. The world needs them. Thank you.
Lauren Hames.
A lot of people start these things out with a quote. Something like, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." Forrest Gump. But did Forrest Gump really need that box of chocolates? That's what I go with, something more like, you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. The Rolling Stones. I was lucky in the way where I almost always got what I wanted. In some ways, you choose your own destiny rather than letting fate have what it may with you. But in the end, everyone here gets what they need, but only some of us get what we want. I only needed people to support me on my journey through Logan, but instead I got what I wanted, which was a family who has endless amounts of encouragement and patience, teachers who share the same love of learning that I do, and friends who support me and can make me laugh through anything. With these people influencing my life, I got what I wanted. I came to this school with a general need to be educated, but of course, everyone wants to have some fun along the way. I got both, a fabulous education filled with memories amazing and crazy. I don't think I could forget them, even if I tried. In this environment, I feel that I have learned more life lessons that will help me in all situations, but at the same time, had so much fun learning these lessons. I wanted to make some friends that would at least last me till high school. What I got was friends that can turn a rainy day into a great time, and I think that they will last me through high school and beyond. I remember times when everything seemed wrong, but still, they managed to make me laugh till my stomach hurt. Seriously, I don't know if I could have made it through Logan without you guys. I needed some form of support from home. What I got was parents who were completely willing to accept this special school and do whatever they could to make sure I succeeded. I remember countless times where I needed a last-minute item for school, and my parents ran out of the house at all hours of the night and got it for me. I don't think I can remember one time where I went without. They have always had unconditional endurance and love for me. I definitely know that I couldn't have made it here without them. I guess what I'm really trying to say is that when everything seemed completely hopeless, I had people that wouldn't let me give up. Logan didn't only teach me things like the capital of the United Arab Emirates or the quadratic formula. By the way, the jury's still out on that one. But it taught me how to learn and how to have a blast along the way. So, if you try sometimes, you just might find only the extremely lucky ones get what they want. Thank you.
Reagan Kerr.
Well, I was thinking about doing an interpretive dance, but instead I'll stick with this. Logan has taught me to read, write, and do math, but I've learned so much more than that. I've learned to cut, glue, saw, brace, and ultimately put together a set, then see it become Thebes for a rebellious Antigone and for Creon, her stubborn uncle. I've learned the difference between drawing a mural on a piece of graph paper and actually putting it up on the wall. I've learned how to ride a subway with 21 kids, 5 adults, and their suitcases, yet have no one give us a second glance. Hey, that's normal in New York, right? I've learned that something as simple as blocks can become something as beautiful as a handmade aquarium, fully equipped with clay manatees and block zookeepers. I've learned exactly who Walter Hudson is and how to play Barbie baseball. I've learned friends will always be with you at 3:30 in the morning, in the pouring rain, in several feet of snow, and even after Tech Week. I've learned what eggs smell like after 2 weeks in somebody's cubby and not to eat 3 scoops of ice cream. But most importantly, I know what it feels like to be in a community where everyone knows you and will do anything for each other. Why can't the whole world be like Logan? When I first came here, I was a shy little girl who wouldn't go anywhere without her thumb and her blankie. I leave here, confident I will be ready for high school, and while part of me is definitely ready to leave, there's another part that wants to stay for another 9 years, or just never leave. There will never be another Logan, or another group of people where everyone is as friendly or as caring as we are. Where else can you walk into the dean's office and leave with a hug and a lollipop? Where else can you see a group of kids crab walking down the halls and not even question whether they're learning or not, because you know they are? Where else could you find an UBI office and know exactly what it is? Nowhere but Logan. Logan isn't unique, though, because of the units or the trips or what it teaches us as students. Logan's unique because it teaches us as people, too. Logan, whether you are 4 or 14, treats us all like adults, and we show it. It still amazes me to see Logan kids talking to adult strangers and holding a real conversation without the slightest hint of fear or shyness. Logan has prepared me to go out into the world and say, this is what I think. Logan has taught us to accept constructive criticism and taught us to understand that there will always be people who disagree with you. Logan has taught us to work with these people. They might turn out to be your best friends. Logan does more than teach, though. Logan learns. I've learned more from friends, buddies, teachers, and staff. more than any book could ever teach me. So thank you, Logan. Thank you to Lisa, Susie, Liz, Jamie, and Linda for helping me think outside the box, then making me think about why the box is there. Thank you to the Ubies and the EE Lab people for teaching me that the whole world is a classroom. Thank you to my parents, who have never really set any boundaries except for bedtime. Thank you to Extended Care, because everyone needs some time for ghosts in the graveyard. Thank you to Eric. Someone has to teach me that there are some subjects where rules can't be bent. Thank you to Julie, Anita, and David for letting me be someone else when I need to. Thank you to all my big buddies, and who could forget Teddy, Max, Hudson, and Yuli. Without you guys, how would I know anything about ants, roller coasters, electricity, or the Beijing Olympics? And thank you to Marlo, who always knows when I need her. And whether it's watching random videos online or dancing to 80s disco hits, you know how to cheer me up. And of course, thank you to my friends, because someone has to wipe away my tears when you make me laugh so hard that milk comes out my nose. Without you, I would never be able to laugh anytime I hear the word taco or cry when I see the end of Rent. Thank you, Logan. I can't imagine a school which could send me out into the world better than you have. As George Bernard Shaw once said, life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. And believe me, Logan has taught me to be creative, even with math assignments. So thank you. Thank you for creativity, for confidence, for individuality. And thank you, Logan, for me.
Emily Switzer.
What makes a memory? Is it an idea, an inspiration, or a hope? Or perhaps a combination of all three? Memories. A drop of love in the ocean of time, a fleeting instant captured by the heart, never to leave. Memories. Some funny, filled with sand grains in the hourglass, blown by the wind, turning the world upside down, or at least sideways. Laughing at surprise, at pure shock, as the most steady of supports collapses, leaving you breathless. Some sad, realizations of dashed dreams, crumbling hopes, shattered as they fall. Some sweet, time taken to share a smile, to take a moment and help another, guiding the hand, holding the pencil as it writes, pausing every so often to correct a spelling. Some miraculous, as you stand on top of the world, wondering, how did I get here? And recalling, you were not alone, but in your footsteps walked the spirits of many, untroubled by a stumble, urging you on. Memories of anticipation, eagerness, the waiting almost unbearable, standing poised at the starting line, ready to spring. And then, the release, as you fly off, feet not touching the ground. Memories of ideas, birds perched on your arm, ready to leap into the sky, to fly, higher, higher, till they float away. Daydreams, born like a seed on the wind, whispering secrets into the ear of the wind, all of your hopes glinting like rainwater on a leaf. Standing atop the hill, ready to take the plunge, just to feel the exhilaration of sweeping down on wings of the sky, simply letting it go. Memories of days when all the world's a stage, when you play your part, sometimes with gusto, truth in a dream, sometimes half-heartedly, though never for long, as the sun beams down upon you. Days of exploration, traipsing through desert, forest, or river, or sometimes all at once. The world's so new, yours for the taking, just waiting for you. A song, weaving through the day to finish in an explosion of color, of music, caught in the rain and loving every minute. Memories, some fresh, some distant, but all fond, waiting for perusal in a moment's breath, watching a final sunset from atop of the hill, thinking, I will never forget this place.
Elizabeth Greenberg.
I clearly remember a day in kindergarten when Amy, Jacqueline, and I were at recess. We started to make flat dirt bricks from the wet mud on the playground. After recess ended, we carried our freshly baked bricks to show Rachel, our teacher. Instead of telling us they were nice or to put them outside, she made a project out of it. She asked us if we would like to paint and build the bricks. I remember painting, gluing, and constructing a few sculptures with them and managing to ruin several paintbrushes in the process. I also remember the rest of the class watching admirably as they worked on their math. Now, I couldn't tell you what color paint we used, or what we built, or what the bricks looked like, but I can tell you how fun it was to do our own completely individual project. We had made the beginning steps of the project ourselves, and with a little push from our teacher, we had started a way of learning that would directly pave the rest of our time at Logan, and hopefully all through life. From each year of my education at Logan, I have several memories like this. Each one begins with a simple idea on my part and a nudge from a friend or teacher. I've had some pretty crazy ideas over the years. From machines that clean roller brushes for you to elaborate plans for ladybug houses, I have always been encouraged to try to figure something out, a way the problem can be solved, a solution. Even if that solution involved a little less fantasy, a little more work, and a lot more time spent in the paint room. But I didn't solve these problems alone. I was blessed, and I still am now, with a group of friends, teachers, and peers to guide me through my thoughts and dreams. Rachel, Kyla, Dania, Erin, Angie, Cindy, Ellen, Kelly, Jamie, Brooke, Max, and Katie all pushed me to expand on these thoughts and make them more realistic. They would listen to my ideas and push me to further question the process. My buddies did much of the same thing. My older buddies, Natasha, Lena, and Caitlin, would help me draw out my thoughts and give me things to think about. My younger buddies, Tamar, Corey, Lydia, and Hallie, have taught me to see simply once again and not to take things for granted. My friends have supported me in more ways than they know. From letting me cry on their shoulder to laughing hysterically all in a matter of minutes, they let me let my creativeness out and be exactly who I am. My parents have been the most influential people in my quest for curiosity and uniqueness. They have always pushed me to ask just one more question, to work 5 minutes more, and to make my projects more meaningful, more interesting, and better. My brother has always been the most curious person I know, and he inspires me on a regular basis to learn about things that really interest me, even if no one else cares. I look back on all my time at Logan. The first day seems just a heartbeat ago, but the things I learned here are the core of all my knowledge. It is the basic principles that Logan has taught me in which I can base all my ideas, thoughts, dreams, and projects on. Logan has showed me that this world is open to me, and by using a little mud, paint, and glue, I can make it my own.
Elizabeth Rieger.
As a French writer said, the main interest in life and work is to become someone else that you were not in the beginning. If you knew when you began a book what you would say at the end, would you still have the courage to write it? The game is worthwhile insofar as we don't know what will be the end. We are always changing and evolving, not knowing who we will become at the end, but only trying to cherish the experience around us. The Logan experience has helped and encouraged me to seize every opportunity and challenge and use it to grow and learn as a student and person. By not just teaching the simple facts only necessary for a few days, Logan has taught the life skills crucial for the future. From the simplest, give examples to communicate clearer, to the deeper, take risks and always give opinions. I know that I will use these skills to help me progress through the world to come. The future holds challenges and situations that specifically I have not been prepared for at Logan, but I will remain confident that I can overcome them because I have grasped the concept of Logan's philosophy. For instance, when a seemingly impossible problem arises next year, I will feel confident in my ability to handle it because I have learned how to hoist a jib sail and how to navigate my way through New York City. And for the past 6 years, I have had the privilege to be surrounded by people whose primary goal was to teach me how to learn. These people have guided me through my time at Logan, and I am very grateful for all their support. First, my family, the anchor to my growth, and the supporters to my journey. Mom, I want to thank you for always being there for help, support, or just a great friend. Dad, from endless schedules and last-minute runs, you have always been supportive of my choices and goals, as well as being a great dad. And Hannah, you have been through this before and taken time to help me through as well. All of you have helped me so much through the struggles, the confusions, and all the good times we've had, and I love you all very much. Next, my teachers, whether they are here next to me or somewhere else, I want them all to know how much they have helped me. Kate, my very first Logan teacher, you welcomed me to this school, showing me just how much freedom I had here, while still carefully watching over me. Ellen, you taught me how to stay organized while still having tons of fun throughout the year. Jamie, you showed me the benefits of using a planner and setting realistic goals, while teaching in the most fun and creative way, using skits and games to teach important concepts. And Linda, you have taught me how to take an assignment and truly make it my own, and I know that you have helped me prepare for my next steps. Eric, you have not only been a great math teacher, but you have also showed me the reasons behind the rules of math. Eric, Dave, Len, and Charlie, you have each taught me different important skills in stagecraft, each in your own way and style. And for all my buddies, Maddie, Emily, Shay, Portia, Lydia, and Andrew, whether you're older or younger than me, I have learned a lot from all of you and had a lot of fun as well. And for all the people that I haven't thanked, I still appreciate all your work and wisdom throughout the years, helping me get here today. Logan has taught me more than I could use or learn in just a few years, and I know that I will still be using some of the skills I have learned in IS for many years to come. And even standing here today, I do not feel that my Logan experience is fully over. Thank you.
Margaret Watts.
Okay, well, I've never really been very good at beginnings, so this could be a little awkward to start off with. However, I guess I should thank everyone for getting to me this podium today. I couldn't have done it without you. For each of you who has touched my life, you shaped and changed me. And I am so grateful for all of you. I'm pretty far from being perfect, but thanks to all of you, I'm getting scarily closer every day. To pay you all back for all of your hard work, I thought about a lifetime of servitude, but then decided it probably wouldn't be a good idea. That was for all my friends, and it was a Twilight reference. While I would love to contribute to the school that made me everything I am today, I'm afraid I can't due to the fact that I'm moving to Accra, Ghana, which for all of you who is bad at geography, which is especially me, that is in Africa. I sincerely hope that the light from Logan can shine through me while I help the people over there. While I'm on the subject, I would especially like to thank my family, who has put up with me as I get increasingly stranger over the years. And from potatoes to British pirates, I want to give a special thanks to all of my friends who have always been there for me. Each of you has added your own individual light to my life and also created our own inside jokes. So thank you, each and every one of you. To all of my teachers as well, who have shaped my life, especially the after-school regime, which seems to eternally revolve around homework, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I truly don't know how I could possibly give back enough for it to ever come close to what you've all done for me. I'll try anytime, but you've all been incredible, so thank you so much. Now, I won't bore you all to death with my speech anymore, at least those of you who are still awake. Because if I do remember rightly, I fell asleep in almost every one of the previous year's continuing classes, and I am terribly sorry. And so with that lovely note, I bid you all a fond farewell.
Jake Wilfley.
There we go. I have been going to Logan for 9 years. Over those 9 years, I have had many different teachers, and our wise old woman, Patty, who I visited just every now and then. Okay, maybe a lot. But each and every one of my teachers has made a huge difference in my life in making me a better student and person. So I'm going to tell you a few stories from my Logan past. Lisa D brought me into Logan with open arms. To teach me, she must have had to hold on to me tight because I was, well, you all know, not the easiest child to control. She taught me that being angry and throwing tantrums was not the right thing to do. You must use your words, and since then, I've been an angel, I guess. I mean, that's what my parents tell me. And they aren't biased or anything, right? But Lisa, thank you so much. You made my first experience of Logan great. So great that it made me want to stay for 8 more years. Because I knew all the teachers at Logan were as extraordinary as you were. Thank you, Lisa. Marissa was my second teacher at Logan. I love math. Joel Sadler, Sarah Baum, and Eric Benson know that very well. Marissa got me started on all the math that I do today. I thought I was a genius when I started doing pre-algebra in 2nd grade. But then there was long division. Long division and I did not get along very well, just like many of the problems I do nowadays. But long division was like no other math problem I had ever seen. It had very scary teeth and hurt my feelings a few too many times. But I got through it, and am now the mathematician I am today because of it. Thank you, Marissa. Ellen started my love of poetry, reading it every week. I have loved poetry ever since. She also taught me about the wonderful world of procrastination, which I have continued throughout my entire Logan career, and by now, you could say I have a PhD in that amazing art. But I can't say that she taught me to do it. I just did. She did tell me that it was a bad idea, but I continued anyways, and I am now the pro in procrastination. Thank you, Ellen. Jamie, I knew I was your favorite student from the moment I set foot in your classroom. That first day, I'm pretty sure I was already on current. I think I may have forgotten a book that I'd read over the summer. Sorry about that. And with that, my procrastination reached a new level. It was as if procrastination was my new best friend. But I did eventually finish all of my work that year. Like that poetry anthology I finished, only a week or 2 late. But I love poetry, and I was glad you continued to help my interest in it. Thank you, Jamie. Linda, you taught me pretty much everything. We went on some amazing trips, Orlando, New York, and the westward. You taught me more and more about poetry, and I've now written a few songs too. And most of all, you taught me how to carefully disguise my work as if I really was a gifted student. You taught me all the things that I will need in high school. To edit, kind of. To write, to read books above my level of reading, and you got me into theater. I'd always had classes with David as I was growing up, but I did not really think about continuing it through advanced school. You pushed me, and it paid off. I enjoyed both sides of theater, on and off stage. Thank you, Linda, for everything you have done. Thank you to the theater people, Len, Charlie, David, Julie, Eric, and Dave. Theater will stay with me forever. Thank you, Brett. You are a beast. And sports with you were awesome. And to all of my teachers, I'm sorry if I did not mention your name, but there's so many of you. From Logan parents, my parents, little and big buddies, to my friends, you all helped me grow. Not physically, because I'm pretty short, but in every other way I can think of. Logan will always be a part of me. I hope I can treat all the people I meet with the same kindness that Logan treated me with. Thank you.
Sophia Rinaldi.
9 years I've watched the continuing class. I cannot believe it is my turn at last. I've moved from the mats to the top of the bleachers, and now I'm up here, one of the speakers. This school has meant so much to me, and what lies in the future I cannot see. When I walked through that door for the very first time, eyes big, hands tight, up the stairs I climbed. I entered a classroom and took Lisa's hand. In that room, I found a magical land, where kids could be kids, free of all strife, and still learn the lessons to get them through life. Where building with blocks taught how a city was run, and pulling up bindweed mixed persistence and fun. As the years went on, this place became as familiar to me as my own name. We've traveled around on bus, foot, and plane, and listened and learned through wind, snow, and rain. We journeyed to Calwood, the San Juan, KSS, Moab, Virginia, Lake Powell, Estes. We've hiked, journaled, biked, and swam. We drove 14 hours to see Glen Canyon Dam. We've learned the basic numbers and facts, but we've learned so much more through hands-on acts. You can hear the Colorado can be 40 degrees, but it feels so much colder when you're on a raft with a breeze. You can read that Glen Canyon is 700 feet high, but when you stand on top, that seems like a lie. You can learn that in Utah the sand is bright red, but when you're there, all you care is that it got in your bed. The experiences we have had here at this school have been amazing, and to leave now seems cruel. Just when you learn to appreciate it all, a teacher pulls your diploma, and your name they call. To my mom and dad, thanks a bunch. You helped me through everything. I love you so much. To my crazy little sister Grace, in all things you do, you're a small and mighty ace. Ross, so many boys wish they could be ya. I'm off to high school, so Ross, I'll see ya. I'm already running out of time, and to think everyone here would take hours to rhyme. So to teachers, buddies, and family alike, you've helped me from the day I was a little tyke. To all of my friends I've been with for years, we've shared everything, laughter, boredom, and tears. I can't imagine life without you guys, and I pray we will stay in each other's lives. All the things that we have shared, bus rides, windstorms, the risks we dared, math class where we took neat notes, and math appreciation day when we got soaked. Expo hours when perfection we did seek, and the bleary-eyed nights of notorious Tech Week. To all of my friends, you know who you are. Don't let the distance between us be far. I feel that this school has been perfect for me. It has taught me how to become what I want to be. So before I step down and take my seat, I have just one more rhyme to beat. To every student sitting out there, be it bleacher, mat, or chair, your time here will end someday, so make a miracle of every day. Grab each opportunity, don't be afraid to work, for unexpected chances in every second lurk. And now I stand here, trying not to cry, knowing I've become a Logan alumni.
David Chan.
Such an honor to be here after 8 amazing years at this very unique school. I'll try to make this farewell speech short and sweet for those kids in the audience, and so here goes. In Christian literature, there's a set of sins called the 7 deadly sins. Some of you may know them, others of you may not. Logan helped me find a way to cope with 6 of them. And so, without further ado, let me get on to the main body of my speech. The first deadly sin I'm going to talk about is greed. Throughout my years at Logan, I've had times where I have taken what seems to be much more than my fair share of something. Logan has shown me that there are people who are less fortunate than I, and never to take more than I thought fair. They've also taught me never to be greedy. No exceptions, just never. For this, I'd like to thank all the people who helped me with my service learning. In the future, I know I'll be able to continue serving the public in some way, shape, or form. I also hope that I can help Logan in the future and give back to a community that has shaped me so much. The second deadly sin is gluttony. I've learned during my time here at Logan that when you overindulge in something, you're withholding that thing from the needy. One thing you learn on seemingly every single trip you take here at Logan is to take only what you need. Logan has helped me understand the reasons behind that saying and has encouraged me to use less more often. For this, I'd like to thank one of my science teachers, Eric Benson, for helping me learn about the effects of overindulgence on everyday things like water and power. and for helping me encourage others to use only what they needed. The third sin that I'm going to talk about is sloth. Logan has taught me that if you're lazy and slow, you never get anything done. They also taught me that if you're slow to get started on something, it will be of less quality than it should otherwise be. Special thanks to all my math teachers, Eric, Joel, Katie, and Sarah, for teaching me in the real world, you do worse when you have sloth. Also, special thanks to all of my core teachers, Lisa D, Susie, Ellen, Jamie, and Max, for making sure that sloth goes well punished. The fourth deadly sin I'd like to elaborate about is envy. Envy is a lot like greed, but greed is more to do with material possessions. Envy is when you wish you're capable of something that somebody else can do. I've had a few times when I envied somebody else, but during those times, it always came down to my older and younger buddies to remind me that I'm special in my own way. My buddies also reminded me that I can learn a lot from some topics that seem odd at first, but in the end are pretty cool. Sometimes I envied my buddies' unit in the ways that they were so different from anything I ever studied. The fifth deadly sin is pride. Some people believe that pride is a virtue. Most believe it is a deadly sin. The Christians consider it most deadly of all. Logan has taught me not to feel too much pride, but they've also taught me that pride is good in moderation. Logan taught us that feeling good about something is about where to draw the line. Through sports and other classes, we have been taught not to be modest about ourselves. Recently, my interview at George Washington was hard for me because we had to boast about ourselves. For me, it was against my values given to me by Logan. Last but not least, the sixth deadly sin I'm going to talk about is wrath. Wrath is something I learned to deal with early in my years at Logan, and I quickly learned from all of my teachers, and especially Patty, that when you get angry and hurt somebody, you'll have to deal with the consequences. Though I escaped this for 8 years at Logan, I relied a lot on my friends to hold me back when I was angry at somebody. My years at Logan have taught me one more thing that's not a sin. Logan has taught me to have fun learning with your friends. Throughout my many years at Logan, having fun has kept me from collapsing under amazing amounts of stress and allowed me to do jobs that are usually much less than fun. For this, I'd like to thank my parents for allowing me to have fun most of the time. There have been some tough times, but overall, you've helped me make this long journey through 8 years to get here. I know finally now that I have a lot of work to do to get through the next 8 years of my education. Logan has provided me with the first few steps across the pond of life. I'll now use these steps to try for the next stones. And if I fall, I hope I'll find a safety net in my family and friends. Farewell to all the people who have helped me in my journey. Thank you for a great 8 years, and farewell.
Kai Jonason.
When I first came to Logan 2 years ago, I was welcomed by friendly, nice kids and caring teachers. Logan has been a wonderful experience for me. It really is a supportive and educational environment. I want to thank my teachers for all the help and encouragement you've given me. I will remember Logan fondly. Now it is time to move on to new challenges. To my classmates, I wish you all the best and I hope that you accomplish your goals. Live well and happily. I'm sure that some of us will meet again and be friends. We will always have a special connection as Logan students. Thank you and goodbye.
Charlotte Johnson.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Dr. Seuss. Walking out of the front doors of school for the last time tomorrow is going to be bittersweet. While I'm fully prepared and excited for high school, nothing will be the same as the experiences and friendships that I have had here. And although I will be back for Margot and then Ian's continuation and for Expo and plays, it will just never be the same. There are 3 teachers who have really helped me thrive at Logan. Jamie, Libby, and Lindsay are those 3. They have helped me through some of my hardest challenges and some of my biggest fears. Thank you for everything you taught me. Libby, you taught me to love life and give to others. Jamie, you taught me that hard work means results and to always do my best. And Lindsay, you taught me to love art and follow my passion for reading, not that I didn't already. Thanks to you and my time at Logan, I am prepared for anything that comes my way. There is another person who is not related to me, that is someone who has had a big impact on me as a student and as a person, and that is Sarah Baum. She is someone who I can always talk to and who deals with my stubbornness and perfectionism in ways that no one else can. I know she will always be someone I can ask for help from, and I want to thank her for her help and support. Although far away in miles, there are 3 people who are always close to my heart, and they are Tanta Bean, Omi, and Opie. They each have touched me in their own little ways. Opie is serious, but always logical, and can help me through any problem. Omi is someone who can make me laugh, often for the oddest of reasons, while Tanta Bean is someone I can turn to when I need help or just to chat. The 3 of you have been a solid support system for me to stand on, and you care and love me unconditionally. Ikaw Panyao. A huge part of me is family, and a big part of my family is my brothers and sister. Colin, Margot, and Ian are a constant source of amusement, anger, friendship, and endless support. I truly do not know what I would do without them. For Colin, I hope to live up to your great accomplishments at Regis and enjoy your unique persona. For Margot and Ian, enjoy your childhood and your remaining time here, for it ends too soon. No matter how many people have touched my life or helped me through thick and thin, there is one who has been there for me my whole life, and that is my mom. There is no way to adequately say thank you or tell you how much she means to me. She is my best friend and someone who I know will always be there for me. And now, although it is not nearly enough, thank you, Mommy, for everything you do. My Logan years have been some of my best, and I know that all I have learned will help me in one way or another in the future. It has helped me prepare for life, and I know I will never forget the experiences, friendships, challenges, and successes that I have had here. And finally, in deference to portfolios, I hope you enjoyed my speech because I worked hard on it.
Eric Jansen.
There are many people who have made my Logan experience what it is today, but I would specifically like to thank a few important people who have definitely impacted me for the better. Thank you to Kelly Letts, who spent many hours teaching me French, as well as teaching several amazing matrices, which thankfully I was able to be a part of. You've really opened my eyes to the world. I would also like to specifically thank Susie Carroll, who always encouraged my interests and passions, as well as all the others who have ever taught me during my time at Logan. Nancy, Ellen, Jamie, Patty, and Max. I would also like to thank my family for their continual support during my time at Logan. You all have made my time at Logan wonderful and have filled it with so many new experiences. Logan has always been a memorable place from the first day I came here. It has always been a place where I could express myself and focus on my interests and everything that I was passionate about. It was somewhere where I could be independent and still learn everything that I wanted to and more. From the first day I came to Logan, each new day was something to look forward to. My years at Logan have definitely had their ups and downs, but I'll always remember it as a place where support was never far away, and where learning wasn't just endless memorization, but took on endless possibilities. There was always a new way to do things, an alternative to the status quo. And more than anything else, during my 9 years here at Logan, that's what I've learned. There isn't any one way to express our learning, which is something that year after year became clearer to me. My experience at Logan has been extremely valuable in teaching me the multitude of possibilities, both in academic situations and general life situations. And one of the great things about Logan was that each year, it just improved. There were more opportunities and possibilities over time and more new ideas. Logan has taught me to expand my interests and ideas, and this has changed me for the better. This is one of many things that I will take away from Logan in the years to come, and I am fortunate to have gotten the chance to have gone here and been a part of this community. Thank you.
Sarah Sanford.
I've dreamt about standing at this podium for a long time. It's still hard for me to imagine that I will not be returning next year. That thought is very exciting. However, before I leave, I would like to thank a few people who have truly influenced me or just helped me make it through the day. My mom, who has been there for me every time and encouraged and pushed me even when I didn't want it. My dad, who has shown me the bright side of every issue and helped steer me in the right direction. And my older brother, Drew, who without I probably wouldn't be standing here today. You have helped me with everything, from math homework to advice on projects. Thank you. I love you all. I would also like to thank Linda, my only teacher at Logan, who has helped me learn and grow for the past 3 years. And to my friends, I don't even know how to begin to thank you guys. You have been there for me and done so much over the years. I just want you to know that I appreciate it, and I'm going to miss you next year. People I have met at Logan have changed me, and I will thank them by going on to high school and taking what I have learned to them and trying to bring to others what they have brought to me. The school itself has also been very important, and I will always honor the traditions that it has instilled in me. Although I will miss my friends and Logan, I'm ready for the next part of my life. I'm ready to move on. However, I will not forget my 3 years at Logan no matter what. Thank you and goodbye.
William Thiem.
This is my last chance to make an impression. My last time as the part of the school I spent the past 7 years of my life at. Many things have stood out to me over the years. Throughout it all, there's been one constant: my friends. What are friends? Friends are people. Friends are there to give you a hand up when you're down. Friends are there to steal your sandwich, eat most of it, then give it back. Friends are the ones you choose to surround yourself with, and they surround you. Friends are there when you need help in class. When you fail at math, they bring you back up. Friends help each other out in times of need. Friends cheer for you when you make that amazing touchdown in football. Friends are there to keep you sane when you battle through tech week. Friends try to throw you into the lake in the middle of the desert. Friends are there for you to help. Friends can be anyone that you trust, that you help out one day, share a moment with, or even just talk to. Friends make jokes about each other, then join in to laugh about everything. Friends make the bad times good. Friends force you to listen to Eminem until you love him, or at least pretend you do. Friends come together to play basketball and fix each other when someone is hurt. Friends are amazing. Friends come and go, like styles and trends. But in the end, you still have your best friends. Thank you.
Emily Johnson.
Whew. Okay. Percy Bysshe Shelley once said, "Fear not for the future, weep not for the past." So, taking that advice, I will try to overcome my stage fright and not cry that it's practically over while I give my speech. You know, for all my years at Logan, I never really could figure out what people meant when they call us gifted children. Was there a meaning, or was it just an excuse to make us feel better when we remember where we are every day from 8:30 to 3? I decided to ask around and figure out the meaning behind it. From a collection of responses from parents, teachers, and friends, I got mostly the same answers. They were extremely intelligent, special, and once even smarter than the average bear. So that's why we go on so many field trips. Still, even after having found these answers, my curiosity wasn't fully quenched. If we were so smart, why did we get so much homework? and special didn't necessarily give me much of a warm feeling inside. I decided, being the gifted child that I am, I would simply observe the school and its occupants and try and figure it all out for myself. I think that after 7 years, I've finally gotten it. My studies have shown that students that go to Logan are bright, creative, imaginative, confident, driven people who have all the potential to alter the world in a matter of years. I now know the term gifted not only means unique and smart, but also hardworking, willing to learn, and capable of being successful at whatever they put their mind to. Yes, even my class. I've learned that not only the students, but the parents and teachers and faculty are also extremely gifted people. For the past 7 years, I have been expoing, golfing, babysitting, portfolioing, gathering placing, time testing, snidgipping, overnighting, and hokey pokeying with some of the most intelligent, special, unbear-like people there are. I've had 6 great buddies, Katrina, Katie, and Sophia, and Max, Mia, and Juliana, 4 incredible core teachers, Erin, Mary, Jamie, and Max, and 4 amazing assistant teachers, Angie, Cindy, Brooke, and Katie. With the help of these people, as well as my parents, sisters, friends, classmates, grandparents, and every other student or person that has even just said hi to me in the hallways, I have finally figured out, if nothing else, the meaning of giftedness, of generosity, of hard work, of, no, Emily, this project is a week overdue, you are not current, and of friendship. Now, being prepared with that information, I am about to leave for the next step of my learning experience. I will never forget the giftedness I have been surrounded by for half of my life, and I will try as hard as I can to use what I've learned here in the future. I am grateful for everyone for being a part of such a great school and sharing your gifts with me. Thank you.
Allie Moats.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. William Shakespeare. My experience at Logan has been like preparing for a big theater production. Ever since I started at Logan in the 2nd grade, I've been trying to learn my lines. With each passing year, as I've looked through the script, I've gained a better understanding of the expectations and philosophy at Logan. Just as you learn more about your character in the play with every rehearsal, with each class, I have gained knowledge that I will carry with me in the next stage of my life. It hasn't been easy, and as with any play, I've had to study my script constantly and work hard to learn what to say. After 7 years, I think I've finally got my lines memorized. Of course, I've always had my teachers to direct me. They've helped me get along with other actors, remember my cues, and push me on stage when I've forgotten to enter. They have passed along all the wisdom they can, and through their teaching, I've gotten more and more comfortable standing in the spotlight. My great friends are my fellow performers. They, too, have helped me learn my lines through the years and rehearse how everything is supposed to go. They've shown me how to work together as an ensemble, and without them to support me, there would be no show. I hope that even though I'm moving on to a different theater, I'll still get a chance to work with my wonderful directors and fellow actors again in the future. The stagehands are the members of my amazing family. They're always there to give me the props I need and help me transition from scene to scene. They are those remarkable behind-the-scenes helpers who hold everything together and make it work. My family has comforted me backstage when I messed up my lines and always been there watching me, doing their best to make sure the entire production goes smoothly. I hope to give back in the future by helping others with their own theater productions. I'll always aspire to be as great a director, supporting actress, or stagehand as those who helped me were. After 7 years of endless rehearsals, director's notes, and countless missed cues, as well as moments of bringing the house down, I believe I'm prepared for the real show and my chance to perform for a much bigger audience. Thank you, Logan, for readying me for my opening night.
I thought I would talk about every inside joke, about every good memory, every lesson, and every friendship. That would take me hours. I've learned so much here about friends, family, about me, and about life and how to live it to the fullest. The environment Logan has supported me with and surrounded me in has given me hope, and I've changed so much throughout these 9 years. It's unreal. I know I wouldn't be the same person I am today without going to this school. I will, without a doubt, miss all of the kids here. I've enjoyed and taken for granted being able to walk into those doors, wearing, saying, singing, whatever I want, and having people treat me the same. I love to laugh. That's just what kind of person I am. And I strongly believe that you have to live every day to the fullest and take it for all it's worth. Logan has given me memories worth so much. Logan. Much more than just a school. It has become a place where I feel safe to explore and dream and be myself. In these classrooms, throughout these halls, I've learned. I've laughed, I've talked. What has made those moments so special were the people I learned with, laughed with, and talked to. Everyone at Logan has a place. From the primary kids to the faculty, everyone belongs. We are all unique, good at different things in all sorts of different ways. It's amazing to take a step back and just watch and appreciate the beautiful but rare moments. Everyone learns from everyone else. We help each other. I would like to thank my teachers, Rachel, Kyla, Marissa, Mary, Libby, and Jamie. You have all taught me valuable lessons, and I have wonderful memories from all of your classrooms that I will always hold on to. Jamie has been my teacher for the past 2 years. He has taught me to take risks, to strive, to have fun, and to be myself. I'm going to miss his corny jokes, his long meetings, and his ability to put up with me every day for the past 2 years. That must have been really hard. There are 2 other very important people I would like to thank. Terry Birch and Karen Engelhard. They work in administration, and they have been amazing mentors for me for the past few years. Terry, you always give me great advice and are there to cheer me up. Karen, you were my math teacher this year, and you were great about being patient and helping me. You are 2 amazing women, and I am so happy to have you in my life. I would like to thank my family. I can't even tell you how much you've given me these years. Firstly, thank you for sending me to Logan. Thank you for listening to me talk and talk and talk some more. You've all supported me in different ways, and I appreciate you more than anything. You've taught me that family comes first, and that after everyone else, your family will always be there for you. I love you. Ask me how many pages I filled in all my field journals. Ask me how many times a day someone makes me laugh. Ask me how many agendas I filled out. Ask me to count the ways I love the Logan School, and I can't. We, the continuing class of 2009, have grown up together so much here. We've gotten through so many important years, and now we're ready to take separate paths and find ourselves, taking everything we've learned at Logan with us. I love this school, and I'm sad to leave, but I can't wait to grow and continue to pursue everything life has to offer me. Thank you.
Sarah Breifogel.
When I sat down to write my continuation speech, I was really excited. I thought, okay, I'm going to write something really deep and really profound. And I thought, yeah, right. I've been here for 7 years. Before then I was homeschooled. Logan's the only school I've ever known. There's just been too many experiences, people, classes, and buddies to recount them all in one short speech. Also, a lot of the funniest moments are completely unpublishable. I think Max would glare at me if I mentioned that. Never mind. But Logan hasn't been easy. I wouldn't have made it up here without my core teachers, my big buddies, and my little buddies, and my friends. Also, my teachers outside of the main program have been wonderful. Nicole got me excited in music way back in primary, and Len taught me how to memorize things, like Latin vocabulary words, so I can still remember them, even if I didn't have my folder. Also, she taught me how to make a wrapped loop, which is one of those little wire bits that connects a bead to a chain, which may seem like a less practical skill, but I use it more. But just listing my teachers can't give anyone the full extent of the years I spent in this school. I remember when there was still a big building in the middle of the campus, where now we have our beautiful path. They got the classes to help move out all the stuff that was stored in there before they tore it down. Most of us had never been excited before, and it was so exciting. Then they put a new front door on the school, and we had a different entrance. Kept walking down the wrong stairs. I remember going to Keystone Science School so many times. Seriously, though, I never went to Calwood, which is the other alternative. Then, as I got older, we traveled out of state to Arches National Park in Utah, and then, finally, Alaska, which was wonderful. But these Logan trips have left me with a sense that I really want to travel. I love doing it, and so I want to keep doing that in the future. But even without traveling to these new, exotic, wonderful places, Logan has been a meaningful experience. There's eating lunch on the patio, going to the gathering place, and drawing killer sheep in math class. Don't ask. There's editing someone in the story for the 7th time, you know who you are, and trying late at night to come up with one more paragraph of meaningful fluff to put in my to whom may concern letter. Promise you I won't miss them. But now it's time to leave all that behind. I'm taking a lot of stuff from Logan. I'm taking my geometry notebook. It'll make a kidling. Sorry, Joel. But I'm also taking how to put on a snowshoe and set up a tent in high winds. I'm taking how to study for a test and how to fall backwards down a tree well. I'm taking all the great things I've done and all the really stupid ones, too. And I'm taking how to make a wrapped loop. Thank you.
Andrew Hauser.
Over my years at Logan, I have seen very many continuation speeches. I remember the first time I saw anyone give a continuation speech. Back then, I was a shrimp of an IS kid, and Logan was a foreign place, as were the kids continuing that year. But years passed, and Logan quickly became a second home for me, a home that I soon will be leaving. When I first came to Logan, it was a crazy place, full of new people and new teachers. I didn't like it. I was out of my comfort zone, and I wished I was back in my old school with my old friends. But then I got to know some of the teachers and kids better, and they helped me ease into Logan life. That first year was the scariest, but it was the year that shaped me the most. Over the course of my Logan career, my teachers and friends have taught me many things. Among those topics was kindness, acceptance, and sincerity. But one value most important to me was that you have to stick by your friends no matter what. Your friends will always stick by you, and you need to stick by them to show them that you care. After all, loyalty is what keeps friendships alive, even after you go to different schools. In the future, I'll be loyal to my friends through everything because of what Logan has taught me here. Of course, I couldn't have gotten to where I am without the help of quite a few people. First, to my family, who was there for every expo, extended trip departure and return, and all of the late Sunday night cram sessions. Second, to all of my teachers, core, assistant, matrix, and math, for putting up with me through thick and thin. You taught me patience and respect, virtues that you need to possess. Third, to all of my buddies, who taught me about many things and who got me back in touch with appreciating the little things in life. Fourth, to all of my friends, who have stuck with me through everything and have also put up with most of my antics in and out of school. Finally, to all of the people that I haven't mentioned, you all have helped me in one way or another. A very wise man once said, "You may journey for 3 feet or 1,000 miles, but that distance gets shorter with every step you take. This is a fundamental that Logan taught me, that every journey may seem long, but with every step you take, you get closer and closer to your goal. Now, I am looking forward to another part of my journey through life, and Logan has given me the confidence and skills that I need to look ahead, brace my shoulders, and take that first step. Thank you.
Lane Edwards.
Every year I've been at Logan, I sat through the end of the year continuation ceremony. When I was little and sitting on the mats, the only time I would pay attention was when my big buddy was up there and thanking me. The rest of the time, I spent wishing I could sit on the bleachers like the big kids. Once I was a big kid, and I sat on the bleachers, I realized they really weren't that much more comfortable. The speeches began to mean more to me, though. I started actually listening to them and putting my own speech together in my head. By about the middle of the speeches, though, my focus wandered, and I'd begin counting things. I counted the number of bricks on the walls, how many people were in a section, even the number of banners with Z's in their names. By the end of the speeches, I'd counted almost everything in the room, and written my own speech. Of course, when it came to time to actually write my speech, all the ideas flew out of my head, and I was stuck there sitting, staring at a blank computer screen the night before it was due, with no idea what to write. I guess I'd been waiting weeks for inspiration to strike me, like my friends had told me it would. But sometimes you have to strike inspiration instead of waiting for it to strike you. That is a big lesson you learn at Logan, to go out and do something instead of waiting for someone to come to you, to take the initiative and do what you want to do. I learned that lesson that night as I wrote this speech. So now, my final Logan lesson has been learned, my banner will be up there for people to count in the future, and I've written my speech for the last time. Logan has been really perfect for me. It is a place that sheltered us from everyday normalness and averageosity. It is a way of getting teachers. It is a great way, It has a great way of teaching that helps you figure out how you learn best, to take learning into your own hands and to always ask why. That is amazing, but it's the people that make it what it really is. Where else will you find a teacher that flings a stuffed animal across the room at you because you were working too hard? Where a conversation between a teacher and a student involves how many murders it takes to become a serial killer. Or hear kids talking excitedly about a real-life medical show on Discovery Health. Not many places, that's for sure. Now, we come to the part where I thank all the people that have touched my life during my time at Logan. I want to thank all my teachers, Nancy, Susie, Ellen, Libby, and Max, who taught me to never stop at just adequate, but to go to above and beyond. Thanks to all my little buddies, Mia, Skylar, Abby, and Caroline, for teaching me things I would never have learned without you. And a huge thank you to my family for supporting me on late nights doing homework, stressed out weekends, any other problems I ever ran into, and, Grace, for letting me always have the computer. You were great, and I just can't thank you enough. Finally, I want to thank my friends, my husbands, my British pirates, my whipped creams, my tropical storms, for being insane, loud, spastic, hyper, over-enthusiastic, and making me go up for lunch when they knew I had to, and keeping me from going crazy. Well, all the way crazy. Yes, it's time to say goodbye and to move on to different things. A bigger school, totally different teachers, and new friends. Whatever I do in the future, I know I will always take what I learned at Logan with me, and that I will spread the amazing spirit of independence that this school has helped me achieve everywhere I go. Thank you, everyone. It's been great.
Bronwyn Foreman.
Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Maybe it's a whisper, maybe it roars. Whichever way, it will keep you up at night. Maybe it's knowing that no matter what you do or how hard you try, you will never feel the same way again. You might as well make it last. Maybe it's a song that dances through your head, a tumble of rhymes that stops space, even stops time. Perhaps it's knowing that years and years from now, I will remember everything about all of you, everything about this moment. And maybe it's not knowing if that will make me cry or if it will make me laugh. It's something that turns in my dreams, something that no one dares to look for in case we look too hard. For all one knows is just a trace of a memory, too faded and frayed to picture, and all that's left is a feeling, warm and tender. Maybe it's waiting to open its eyes. Maybe it's a smile from your little sister when she hears that you did put her in your speech just like she wanted. Maybe it's a smile from your little buddy Kate that brightens your day, laughter from Helen that lifts your spirits, a card from Margot or Tamar that makes your heart skip a beat and puts a smile so wide on your face it might just crack in half. Maybe it's bleeding that someone has finally stopped, nothing left but memories to laugh about and a promise fulfilled. Maybe it's pride in your father's eyes, maybe in your mother's wise words, or maybe it's just knowing that whatever terrible things you do, there are always safe arms to fall into. Maybe it's words spoken that tell you to keep moving, a cheer, applause, and for a moment, it feels like the whole world is clapping for you, only for you. And then you realize you couldn't have done it alone. I wish I could explain it, but it will never be possible, because it isn't just one feeling, one emotion. It's thousands of tiny moments, fragments of lost memories, strung together like Christmas lights, that when you least expect it, in your darkest hour, will light up your life. It could be laughing until your side split, until you may just need stitches, or just acting like a little kid again, sprinting down hallways in socks, spraying teachers with shaving cream, and then knowing when it's time to be a shoulder to cry on, to be quiet, to be sincere. Maybe it's simple, a smile shared. Maybe it's complex, deep emotions. Will they ever be revealed? Maybe it happens when someone hugs you, awakens something inside of you, teaches you, learns from you. Maybe it's a look behind someone's eyes, or a sunset, or a sunrise. And maybe it's understanding that life is a sunrise and a sunset at exactly the same time. It may even be that feeling that comes and goes in an instant that you will remember forever but can never explain. Whether that feeling is happiness or sadness, it speaks to us. It sends ripples through our hearts. I wish I could go on and tell you about every moment that has taken my breath away, lights in the dark, memories that run like chills down my spine. But there are other stories that must be told. Whatever love is, wherever it can be found, love is here. And because of this magical place, love is in my heart. A sunrise and a sunset, dancing a glowing goodbye. Thank you.
Amy Marks.
How many weird memories do I have from Logan? After 9 years, 7 teachers, 12 extended trips, and 16 units, I have had lots of unique experiences. A lot of these stories have stemmed from my units. When I was in Rachel's class in kindergarten, my mini unit was magic. After learning about famous magicians and studying from magic trick books, I was prepared for my final project. My teacher and I made a felt cape with the words Amazing Amy printed across the back. We sent invitations to the kids in my big buddy class. My very own magic show was underway. I chose several tricks from my various library books. In the weeks leading up to the big day, all of my thoughts were on the show. Over and over, I practiced making a penny disappear and magically untying a ring from a piece of twine. This last trick was my pride and joy. I would tie a special knot around a ring that would pop out as I flicked my fingers, releasing the ring. To make the stakes even higher and to ensure that the big buddies were impressed, I would be using Rachel's wedding ring. Unfortunately, as I was very nervous, Rachel's wedding ring ended up hopelessly tangled up in a ball of pink yarn in front of all the big buddies. After trying to fix it for a few minutes, I finally set the mess down and moved on to the next trick. At the end of the show, in typical Logan fashion, I asked if there were any questions or comments. Several people raised their hands and told me they thought I was brave for setting down the old trick and continuing on ahead. I remember being confused about that because I felt I had given up, which was a bad thing. Now I realize the importance of moving on. When there was no more I could get out of that magic trick, I had to leave it behind. And now that Logan has given me all the gifts I could have asked for, it is time to move on to a new trick, a new chapter. Thank you so much to my family, my teachers, my buddies, and my friends. You guys are the best.
Catherine Puga.
I am a chocolate chip cookie. I know I may not look it, but there have been a lot of ingredients that have gone into the unique chocolate chip cookie that is me. The first thing any cookie needs is flour. The flour is the base of any cookie, and my teachers are my base. I'm a different cookie than I was 3 years ago as I first walked through the doors of Logan. My teachers have all supported me as I have attempted to learn so many things, whether it is helping me build a 12-foot dragon or learning the passé composé in French. I owe you more than I can ever repay. The next thing every little chocolate chip cookie needs is salt. Everybody needs salt, even though you may not like it all the time. So to all my math teachers, you are my salt. You have weathered my many complaints of I don't see the cow, and how does this apply in the real world? To help me truly understand the values of patience that I'll need in high school until I see the cow. Vanilla extract gives the cookie extra pizzazz and extra fun. The trips I have experienced have truly changed who I am as a person. I have learned more things than I can count. You have showed me what freedom and experimental learning can mean, whether it is in the New York City subway system, the middle of the ocean, or the Magic Kingdom. You have showed me how you can learn anywhere and how you can learn anything, anywhere. The next thing on my cookie recipe is baking soda. My buddies are my baking soda. A little thing can go a long way when you are making a cookie. You guys are truly amazing, and it is worth getting out of bed every morning to see your smiling faces every Wednesday morning. Sugar is one of the keys to any chocolate chip cookie. Theater has made my life that much sweeter. Feeling on a sugar high and the feeling on opening night is nothing that you can really describe, especially the feeling on opening night. Standing on stage, praying you won't get anything on your costume or trip as the house lights come up is, well, fantastic. You see all the people sitting and waiting to see what stories you'll tell them, stories you've worked so hard to tell. Watching the play slowly come together through 2 quarters is indescribable. Kids who haven't done theater here yet do. The theater team we have here are amazingly fantastic. Thank you so much for giving me that experience. Eggs and butter are 2 very important things in any chocolate chip cookie. They hold the whole cookie together. Mom, Dad, Christopher, you guys hold me up and together when I think the whole world is crashing down around me. Sometimes you keep me from utterly collapsing as I realize that maybe I am doing a bit too much for Expo. So thanks, guys. Christopher, kiss and thank the cats for me when you get home. I owe them too. Finally, I have reached the chocolate chips. To the amazing continuing class behind me and all you guys sweating in the bleachers, thank you. Sometimes you are the only reason I get out of the bed in the morning. You are all the little morsels of sweetness dotted throughout my life here at Logan, and you guys all rock for that. One more thing. When I was writing my speech, someone came and told me that I should put them in my speech. So, Cynthia Jennings, that's for you. Thank you.
Lillian Bittner.
A blank page, ready to be filled with fantastic memories from the many adventures I have experienced in my time here at this extraordinarily wonderful school. I could write a 1,000-page novel about my 8 years spent here at Logan, but instead I'm going to try to sum it up in a 2-minute speech. Writing the words continuation speech at the top of the page took me back to the first day of school, entering lower primary. It's chapter 1 as I walked into Nancy's classroom with my purple dress made by my mom, not aware of the wonderful experiences in store. This is where it all started, it meaning the impact that Logan ultimately had on me as a student and most of all as a person. I then walked into Susie's class, where my confidence and curiosity blossomed as I realized that the Logan School for Creative Learning was where I was supposed to be. I then hopped into Mary's class where I found out I loved math. Who knew?
After that, I jumped into Upper IS with Libby. Libby helped me define who I was and let my imagination soar while keeping me appropriately tethered to the ground. I then took a large leap into Jamie's class, the final 2 years of my time at Logan and 2 of the most successful years. Jamie is an amazing teacher who I admire greatly. Not only did the core teachers affect me greatly, but so did one math teacher in particular. Eric Benson is a teacher I also admire greatly. I admire him for nurturing my love of math and for his dedication and willingness to always offer me help with a kindness and a smile. His smile and sense of humor was especially welcome during those early morning math sessions. I obviously couldn't have come here without the major sacrifice my mom made to send me to such a great school. She is my hero and has inspired me to achieve such great things. I couldn't express in words how truly thankful I am to have you as a mom. You are a super mom, literally, and one of the most thoughtful, generous, and kind people I will ever know. I would also like to thank Bob Anderson for the tremendous amount of support he has given me throughout the years. I know it can be tiring reading through all the expo displays these past 8 years, but without you, I wouldn't be here today, and I couldn't thank you enough. I would also like to thank my grandfather for all the love and support he has given me. I would also like to send my love out to my grandmother, who will always be in my heart. Now's the final chapter, and here I stand, in another dress made by my mom, and ready to embark on a new adventure. An adventure I am ready for because of my years at Logan. And though this concludes my time at Logan, I like to look at this as the beginning, not the end. Logan will always be a big part of who I am and who I become. I knew it was going to come to an end, but I never knew how quickly the time would pass. I will cherish the memories I have had here and always keep the school close to my heart. Thank you.
Molly Douglas.
Oh boy. Okay. When I first came to Logan on my shadowing day, I came as a baby-faced, shy little girl at the age of, 5 or 6. I stayed at the back of the classroom, stayed quiet, and finally decided to make a forest out of feathers. That was what got me in here for 8 years, putting buttons in a glob of glue and sticking feathers in the holes. Yeah, it took a lot of thought. But as my last 8 years have gone by, I've grown up in a bubble of students and friends that have made their way up from primary to AS, and I've studied topics ranging from horses to poisons, and have engaged in class units varying from food to problem solving, going on trips in and out of Colorado. And throughout, my teachers have taught me everything I know when it comes to surviving a private school and school in general, from how to balance work and fun to spelling, and from how to write the proper paper format to how not to write in the proper paper format. Now, along with all the in-class work, there have come the classic issues of homework, and of course, the ever-looming idea that yes, my speech was due in 3 weeks, and it would be me this time, standing up behind this podium, talking about how Logan gave me my first gift of education and how much I would miss it. But in truth, while writing this speech over and over again, I realized just how much school is a gift, and it will always be there for me, even as I try and beat it down. I do know how poisons work, and I do know that the okapi is related to the giraffe, and that it can clean its own ears with its own tongue. And I never would have known this if it weren't for the teachers that have put up with me for 1 to 8 hours a day and their relentlessness to make me learn. My core teachers and assistant core teachers, you have put up with me through my whining, ratting, stomping, that one's for you, Max, and grumbling. And after the complaining and muttering, I hope you all have been able to step back and see the final project and smile. But through the many years I've been here, studying seemingly irrelevant topics, how relevant they are, my friends, there are 2 teachers who have helped me the most, learning about myself and how I learn. My art and science teachers, and their patience to continuously correct and improve the crazy network of my brain. You've made me the student I am today, and I hope you all have had the adventure of watching me grow up as a student and enjoy it. Along with my 8-hour Logan school days, there have been other things that have made my time here memorable. I have come to do numerous after-school activities, from horseback riding to contortion. They gave me a reason to strive ahead in school and achieve as much as I could. And to all of my friends, my undying thanks. I hope you all know who you are and the inside jokes you've shared. You've made my time here at Logan amazingly fun and worth all the assignments that came with it. But the biggest thanks of all goes to my parents, and for always being there with me and seeing me through the end. Thank you. In the end, however, I have come out as myself, independent, stubborn, and wild, with knowledge I never knew I could have and experiences I'll never forget. And now I look at high school with confidence and think, only 8 more years till I get to pay the bills. And now, knowing what you've unleashed upon the unsuspecting teachers of East High, I bid you sit back, relax, and enjoy the next part of my show. Thank you.
Emma Roberts.
Much education today is monumentally ineffective. All too often, we are giving young people cut flowers when we should be teaching them how to grow their own plants. John W. Gardner, former Secretary of Health, Education, and Welfare. In these words, John W. Gardner has summed up the philosophy of the Logan School and the most lasting knowledge it has given me. Logan has taught me to grow my own plants and made me realize that they can be whatever I want them to be, from great big trees to tiny but exquisite flowers, if I only try hard enough. Instead of giving me each little fact, like the cut stem of a flower, for me to memorize one day and forget the next, Logan has given me a seed and a watering can and helped me to grow all of my own plants. There will always be facts that I don't know and preparation that I'm lacking, but Logan has taught me what is far more important than those little facts, how to find things out for myself. When there is something I don't know, I can and will find it out. I am more thankful than I can say to Logan for giving me this ability. Logan has given me a beautiful garden instead of a vase full of cut, withering flowers, and I will always be grateful for that. I would like to thank all of my teachers, assistant teachers, my parents, my buddies, and my friends for always being there for me, making my years at Logan so much fun, teaching me more than you can even imagine, and always making me laugh. All of you have helped so much, each in your own individual way, and I'm exceptionally thankful to each and every one of you. Also, I'd like to thank the entire Logan community, all of the teachers, staff, parents, students, everyone. Whether you gave me a smile in the hallway, saw my display at Expo, taught one of my matrices, or even came on one of my class trips. There are some moments of my life here that would not be the same if you hadn't been here. Thank you so much for, moment by moment and day by day, shaping my experience at Logan. I wish I'd gotten a chance to know all of you better, and I'll really miss all of the people at Logan next year. I'd like to say a huge thank you to Logan and everyone who has helped make my experience here so wonderful. I will take the seeds that Logan has given me with me throughout my entire life. Thank you.
Alex Bacon.
So I'm last. The Long and Winding Road is a song by the Beatles written in 1970. The song explains, however hard your life may be, there are always things to look forward to and things to be happy about. Logan has been nothing short of that for me. Whether it was with my buddies, both big and little, or on some of my great class trips, the song reminds me of where I am right now. I like to think of this day as that door. And though I'm happy to be here, it's not today that I will always remember. It's the long road that I have traveled on. Logan has always provided so many amazing opportunities for me, and no matter what, I will never forget them. I won't forget the trips I've been on, all the way from Calwood to Alaska, or the people I've met along the way. From a ranger in the redwoods that could take 20 minutes to answer a yes or no question, to one of the most interesting homeless men in the small town of Talkeetna, Alaska, who always seemed to have a 40-ounce can of Foster's beer in his hand. Logan has always been a place that I felt safe and almost like a second home. It has allowed me to express myself and talk to people when I've needed to most. Logan has been great in teaching me how to help the community and give back, whether it was serving lunch at the gathering place or gardening at Grace Apartments. These experiences have taught me to never judge something by its appearance, and I'm now much better about trying new things. I would like to thank all of my teachers, Rachel, Kyla, Marissa, Mary, Jamie, and Max. You've given me endless help and support with my work, and even when I was not doing my best, you were always willing to lend a helping hand. But most importantly, you always believed in me, and without you, I would never be where I am today. I would also like to thank my parents. Patrick, Jean, and Janet. You have offered me endless support with both my work and social life. I would also like to thank all of my friends. You've all been very supportive and easy to talk to. I'm going to miss all of you who are not coming to East with me next year. And last but certainly not least, I would like to thank my brothers, Aaron and Daniel. You have acted as a great stress release, even though I know you think it's just me picking on you, and you were always there to talk to when I needed you most. Logan has not only given me a great education, it has given me greater self-esteem by making sure I knew who I was, but most of all, making sure I knew that it was okay to make a fool of myself every now and then, but which, believe me, I have taken full advantage of. Logan has also taught me how to ask good questions and make assignments my own, and I'm sure that those things will come in useful in the years to come. Even though today concludes all of my years at Logan, I do not feel that I'm fully leaving. I hope that I will always continue to learn from my experiences here, no matter where the world takes me. Thank you.
Flight 2009 to the future is currently boarding. Please have your boarding passes ready. Can you please all hold your pass up? Thank you. These boarding passes let the world know that you have what you need to take off into the next adventure. I know you have everything on the packing list, but let's do a quick bag check to make sure you will be bringing with you, to look at what you're going to be bringing with you from your time here at Logan. We don't have the time to go through everything, but let's check on a few important items. First item, look into your bag and find your iPod. The music on it symbolizes your uniqueness. It is individualized, different from the others, and causes you to dance to your own beat. Your music is your passion, your unit, your cause. Be proud of your music and your own personal dance, even when others may critique, laugh, or point. Stay strong, teach your steps to others, and lead. Next item, find your breath mints. These breath mints are your manners and how you treat the world and the people in it. Each of you will meet and affect people in the world. Each of you impacts the world. Consider how small things like the use of breath mints can make those impacts positive from the start. Breath mints can be easily shared, so you can help others make positive changes to the world too. Now find your clock. Whether a watch, grandfather clock, or phone, the clock characterizes the talent of time management and planning. The clock will save you time, allow you to rise to others' expectations, and give you time left over for yourself. Few people in the world have clocks that work as well as yours do, so use them wisely and protect them. Next, find your book. This book represents the information, or it has the information that you already know and represents the ability to research for what you need in the future. Google and Wikipedia do not have all the answers. Books, newspapers, people, and experiences all hold the information you need at one time or another, and Logan has given you the skills to access all of them. It is important to remember that a book can take you traveling even when you are sitting still. Now find your balance or scale. Use it to measure the information you gather, your current situation, and to weigh your options for the future path. This balances your reasoning and will serve you well as long as you don't let it get rusty or lopsided. Last, find your pen. It is a special pen that can become a pencil, paintbrush, computer, dance hall, or whatever other implement you need to express yourself. Your pen will organize your thoughts on paper, plan the next step, and create bold initiatives. It even has an eraser for editing and revising. This pen will allow you to record your talents so you can showcase them to the world. It also is your tool for communication, so please remember to use it to write home to loved ones. As you, the continuing class of 2009, embark upon the next extended trip, we send you off from Logan with sadness, joy, pride, and love. We will share and cherish our memories and look forward to your letters and visits. Know that you are ready. You have spent several years packing a bag of skills and tools to assist you, and we expect great things from you all. As you board Flight 2009, you remember these words by Theodore Dr. Seuss Geisel. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the one who'll decide where to go. Thank you. Ollie, ollie. This concludes the continuation ceremony. Parents and guests of continuees are welcome to join us over here for a reception in a couple of moments. Please allow the primary classes to exit. Guys, you can get a snack and a drink on your way out. Please wait until the classes have exited first.